What's going on, y'all? Sean with Back to Basics Fitness with Sean, and I'm asking you today, what is your kryptonite? If you're familiar at all with the whole story of Superman, superhero from Kal-El from the planet Krypton, who has this super strength here on Earth, ability to fly and shoot laser out of his eyes and all this kind of stuff, but who, when he comes across um, the the mineral, whatever you call it, krypton or element, whatever you call it, whenever he comes across a krypton rock, it causes him to significantly lose his strength because when he was back on the planet Krypton, well, Kryptonians have on their planet, their strength is more so normal to that planet, if that makes sense. They don't necessarily have super strength, but here something about the atmosphere of Earth, they're less encumbered. However, if Superman came in contact or close to kryptonite on the planet, then it would cause him to significantly lose strength, become much weaker. So I want to ask you again, what is your kryptonite? And what I'm talking about mainly is what food or drink or substance is it that, if you're honest with yourself, you know that you can't really let yourself have much, if any, at all? Okay. Because what I find is that a lot of times we have these kryptonite rocks, these things that kind of cause us to not really get where we want to be health wise or in our bodies or whatever. And we're not really honest with ourselves about the fact that we don't really that those things kind of cause us to, we tend to overindulge in those things and therefore push ourselves down an unhealthy path. So for me, and I've said it a few times on this channel, for me, my main kryptonite, so to speak, is Coca-Cola. Now, Coca-Cola is one of those things that I can have every now and then. I can have it every now and then. I'd be just fine. I could have, maybe one or two and I'd be fine, you know, with just that. And then I can kind of go without it for a long time. But Coca-Cola is one of those things where many years ago, it's probably been almost a couple of decades ago now. But many years ago, I mean, I drank it and didn't really think anything of it. It wasn't like I had multiple a day necessarily, but I drank it regularly. And I kind of got to a point one day when I went out to eat with my family that I had several refills, about 5 refills, and I was like, I can't be doing this. This is not right. I ought to be ashamed of myself. And so I went cold turkey. I fasted from it, and I basically kind of like the craving for it went away, so to speak. And so now if I have Coke, then it'll be, once or twice a year. And that's the honest truth. Okay. Because it just doesn't have a hold on me. Typically, I might have one around holiday or some sort of special occasion. And I can drink it and I'll be good. And but this weekend, um, my family and I went on like a short late summer trip, and we went to a restaurant, I think, to pick up some sandwiches or something like that, and I got a fountain Coca-Cola. Now, to me, fountain Coca-Cola tastes even better than Coca-Cola out of a bottle. But something about the crispiness of that particular Coca-Cola, it about got me. And so I immediately, if I'm honest with myself, I start to have those rationalizations in my mind about when the next one was going to come, when I was going to get the next Coca-Cola. And I'm trying to think if I got so I did get a refill while we are at the sandwich place. And I'm trying to think if on the way home, I wanted to get another one. I didn't, but I really wanted to. But like I said, I really, really wanted to. And I had already semi started to rationalize how once we got back home, before I really kind of got back into my whole routine, I was going to get another one and then I was going to be back on it. But my point is, the doors started to open again. I had exposure to, a particularly crispy fountain Coca Cola, and I started to have those rationalizations that we have where we kind of start to reason like, well, it'll be okay if I get another one. I'll be all right. I got this. I got this. And so, thankfully, even this morning, I kind of had some of those cravings, but now I'm good. I've already kind of told myself I'm not doing that, and so I'm truly good now. But my point is, I could feel myself starting to slide a little bit, and so I say all that to say, whatever your kryptonite is, you need to be honest about it. You need to be honest because, especially if you're somebody who you've been saying for a long time that you're going to lose some sort of weight, or you're going to change your lifestyle so you can prevent or kind of like possibly even reverse different kind of health ailments caused by lifestyle. If you have that kryptonite and you're not admitting what it is, then like you're lying to yourself. I just have to put it like that. You're really lying to yourself, and you're holding yourself back permanently, at least until you're honest. You're holding yourself back from whatever kind of health changes that you need to make. So the first thing you need to do is just be honest. Like, be honest about whatever it is. Um, and I want to know in the comments, what is your kryptonite? Tell me, what is it? This is kind of like your first step today to kind of tell me what your kryptonite is. And you know, to admit that. The second thing is probably going to be, and I've talked about this before, so I won't talk about it a lot here now, but you're going to need to distance yourself from it. There's chatter in your mind that's telling you that you can't do it, but you can. It's just a matter of taking the action. You can't really attach any extra stuff to it, but like the way our brains work, our rationalizing, we tend to make it so much bigger than it is. But it's really as simple as like just fasting from it. You might just fast from the substance, or it could be some sort of unhealthy activity. Um, you might fast just from that, or you might actually like do a fast, like where you just drink water or whatever. You use your discretion and whatnot with that. But my point more so is you're gonna have to distance yourself away from it, because an extended period of that is, in my experience, the only way that you're really going to like break that thing off of you. Okay. But anyway, what's your kryptonite? If you're honest, what is it that holds you back from reaching your goals? That thing that if it's around you, you're going to indulge in it and you're going to keep on going. Just be honest here today, and no judgment. If you like this content, you might also be interested in one of my books. Learn how you can take steps literally today to successfully manage, control, and overcome common issues such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and belly fat. It's all about putting power back in your hands to improve your own health. Get your book copy today by the links in the description or by visiting seanmcclennan.com/books. Also, don't forget, hit the like button and subscribe, and join my email list at seanmcclennan.com/subscribe.